Good morning, good morning, good morning, people. This is Gail Dudley with your News in Motion. Today is Friday, August the 14th, 2020. All right, I know this is Friday. This is anything goes day. You know, I do Friday. I do whatever I want to on Friday. And I thought I was going to be answering questions today, but there's so much other news that has come out, y'all. This can become so tiring. So what's up, Latrice Jones? What's up, girl? What's up? What's up? What's up? Y'all, this news can be tiring. So let me start off this morning by breathing in and breathing out and saying this name. Breonna Taylor. Breonna Taylor. I am still praying for justice for Breonna Taylor. Her murderers are still walking around free. So that's how I'm going to start off this morning. Breonna Taylor. All right, y'all, the coronavirus numbers for the USA. I'll do that first on Friday. The World Health Organization. 5,415,666 cases, 170,415 deaths, 2,843,204 have recovered. So those are our coronavirus numbers. Kansas City on yesterday, Kansas City, Missouri extends the state emergency through mid-January. All right, y'all, in Vice News, again, I don't know if I'll get to questions today or not. The post office is deactivating and removing mail sorting machines ahead of the election. Y'all, that's when we have to ask the question, why? Why is that happening? And that's not a mimosa either. It's just orange juice. We need to ask those questions as to why. In many cases, these are the same machines that would be sorting ballots. In many cases, good morning, Brenda, these are the same machines that would be sorting ballots. Sun Journal reports that Postal Worker Union 458 says up to 80,000 letters were held back Monday in southern Maine. Good morning, Patricia. Up to 80,000 letters were held back Monday in southern Maine. Y'all, we got to ask the tough questions here. The Philadelphia Inquirer, the United States Postal Service says mimosas are blessed. You got that right, Latrice. I just didn't have the other piece to put inside here. I was like, what? So the USPS, the United States Postal Service, says that Pennsylvania mail ballots may not be delivered on time. And state warns of overwhelming risks to voters. So y'all, here's my question to all of you this morning. This is August the 14th. We can't figure that out now? Who's in leadership to make sure this doesn't happen? What are our elected officials doing? I'm talking about our local, our state government. What are they doing? Even in the state of Ohio, our Secretary of State made the announcement that he will not have the drop box throughout every community. Why not? If you know we're having a postal problem, a postal issue, why aren't we addressing this? Why not? And here's something else that's interesting that came out late yesterday in the USA Today News. The occupant of the Oval requests mail-in ballots for upcoming Florida primary that's happening on Tuesday. Now, you're the person who's arguing and talking about that this is fraud and this will create tampering with the election, but you didn't even request your mail-in ballots for you and your wife prior to yesterday. So seriously, people? Serious. Good morning, Deborah. Serious? So y'all, the person who's arguing about mail-in ballots, he just requested his and his wife yesterday for the primary that's coming up in Florida. And I have another question. See, I done reversed the questions, y'all. I have another question. The other question is, are you a still resident of New York or are you a resident of Florida? Because we don't have that understanding yet either. So let's talk about fraud. Let's talk about this type of fraud. So hopefully he was supposed to have his mail-in ballot returned a week before the primary, which happens on Tuesday in Florida. He just requested his ballots yesterday. So let's talk about that. Today, I'll try to get to a few questions. I don't know if I will or not, but there's so much other stuff that's going on that I wanted to raise that today. So some of you saw my afternoon video, and I have my stuff. The Board of Election, they confiscated the two ballots that did not have the Board of Education on it. So this one, again, I'm in Delaware County. So where it says return form, they had a sticker over that had the form to return back to another address. So they confiscated two of these. Now in Ohio, this is form number 11A. Form number 11A. So this was there, and some of the information is filled out, but this came in the mail. I had like several of these. There's even one in water bills. Okay, and it's becoming very confusing. So people, if you get anything like this, no matter what state you're in, make sure the address to return is the address to your Board of Elections, okay? Now, this is the one that was legitimate, and I'm going to try to cover up the addresses here. But, and I don't know if I'll do that successfully or not. But this one had my precinct and other information on it. So this one actually came from the Delaware County Democratic Central Committee. Good morning, Lawrencine. So this one came from a member of the Delaware County Democratic Central Committee. And she was talking about absentee voting. She talked about if I had any questions to email her. She talked about, the slate of officers for the Democratic Party. She talked about all of that. Hers was legit. Hers was legit. I want to say that. Hers was legit. But this is the problem even with hers being legit. It became very confusing. So, y'all, we have to ask the question, what is going on? So I went to Delaware County Board of Elections yesterday after I had called them and asked them some questions. And she says, can you bring those do you mind bringing them? Are you far? I said, well, I'm in Lewis Center, but hey, I can come to Delaware. It's no big deal. So I drove to Delaware, Sandusky Road, Highway, whatever it's called. And I went in with all my information. And I want y'all to hear this. And so, me, I'm a talker, so I'm going to start asking questions. And I literally had about 6 or 7 people talking to me because everyone was looking at all the different letters. And they said, well, here's what's happening. You have one side of the aisle saying that there's going to be fraud and they're scaring people. You have the other side of the aisle that's trying to be proactive. And I was talking with both Republicans and Democrats in this office. Let me be clear. And they were all on the same page. Let me be clear. They said, no, on the other side, you have people being proactive, not realizing that they are confusing people. Now, if you're in the state of Ohio, and I know this goes to all 50 states and actually outside the United States, but if you are in Ohio, our Secretary of State absentee ballots will not be released until the week of Labor Day. They said the majority of the people will receive them on Tuesday and Wednesday after Labor Day. The majority will receive that. Okay. They also made the comment that if you keep requesting absentee ballots, they said absentee ballots became available to request the application, I believe it was in May. They actually, again, I'm talking to Democrats and Republicans in the Delaware County Board of Election. They said the problem with releasing those in May is that people have been waiting for them to return within a couple of weeks. They haven't sent them out yet. So when you're getting these in the mail and you're not knowing what's what and you're getting wrong addresses, so some people have probably sent these back to somebody's home address And depending upon who it is, it's probably in the trash can by now. But the problem is, if you keep requesting absentee ballots, your name is being flagged, people. Please hear me. Don't keep requesting. If you have a question, call in. I know it's a long wait time. I know there's a lot of things that are confusing. Again, I'm speaking to all of us. And my brother, you stay on there. Don't leave until I'm at the end of this. We're requesting applications everywhere. And they're saying your name is being flagged. So y'all hear me. We are all anxious. I know there's some anxiety happening. There's some fear happening. You don't want to do anything wrong, but just be still. Just be still. Do not keep requesting an absentee ballot. Your name is going to be flagged. Y'all hear me. I'm begging you. I heard this from their mouths one-on-one when I was in the office. They said names are being flagged because you keep requesting absentee ballots. They're looking at you. They're flagging you. Stop doing that, y'all. Stop. Here's the other part. We know what's happening with the mail. I just gave you several things. Postal Worker Union 458 says up to 80,000 letters were held back in southern Maine. That happened. Post office is deactivating and removing sorting machines ahead of the election. That's happening. In many cases, these are the same machines that will be sorting ballots. That is happening. The Philadelphia Inquirer, United States Postal Services says that Pennsylvania mail ballots may not be delivered. So with us knowing that, and thank God this isn't the week before election, with us knowing that, we got to come up with another plan, y'all. We either take the mail and take it ourselves. We either go and stand in line on November 3rd. We need to go vote early and stand in line. We need to make sure we're wearing our masks, having hand sanitizer that is not toxic, and pick up people and take them ourselves. Y'all, together as a community, we have to come up with another plan, because we're not going to allow the U.S. Postal Service to mess us up in this election. That's going to be huge. It's going to be huge. And speaking of that, so again, look at your papers, y'all. Look at your papers. My parents received this ballot in their water bill. It's like, what? We got it. And if this is happening, we need to be communicating what is happening. So we have to be mindful of that. So great news. Great news. I love me some LeBron James, y'all. I love me some LeBron James. We need more of this. I told you probably about a month ago about the Atlanta Hawks, that they have the entire State Farm Arena in Atlanta. They're using the State Farm Arena employees who choose to be trained to become poll workers work. They're going to have the State Farm Arena open from early voting up to the day of voting, where people can have free parking and come in and vote without any problem. They challenged other people to do it. So LeBron James, he says, okay, I'm here. I'm stepping up. LeBron James and the Los Angeles Dodgers have teamed up to turn the Dodger Stadium into a polling place for the general election. Yeah, Lauren seen their water bill. My parents got it in their water bill. The City of Columbus Division of Water. Get that, okay? So the Dodgers pair up with LeBron James to turn the Dodger Stadium into a polling site. So again, he thought, no, we're not letting this happen. So y'all, I'm calling more. And I know this goes to several people. This is done in combination with Ready Publication. That millennial team knows some serious NFL players. And so I'm not going to call out their names. I don't have permission to do that. But they know who I'm talking about, and I've asked them to make sure their team jump on board as well and make their places polling places as well. So y'all, we need to say, okay, I'm opening up this site. Again, poll workers are still needed. Go to eac.gov. Again, that's eac.gov. Y'all, if they're trying to stop, yes, that's right. In-person early voting starts in Ohio, October the 6th. Franklin County, if you're in Franklin County, Columbus, Ohio, that's 1700 Morse Road, y'all. And if y'all have information for your state, please, please, please post it in the comment section. I am amazed how many people are sharing these videos. Y'all, I'm here to give y'all everything I know. So thank you. So if you have information, post it. I told y'all about Wisconsin needing 900 poll workers last week for their primary. There are people in Florida who need poll workers for their primary this coming Tuesday. Yo, they're trying to stop our vote. And we need to ask the question, well, I must be a powerful person if you're trying to stop me from voting. So since I'm that powerful, I'm going to, by any means necessary, make sure I cast my vote, my ballot. I'm going to do that. So y'all can go to iwillvote.com. You can go to vote.gov. You can go to rockthevote.org. You can go whenweallvote.org. You can go to vote.com. And if y'all hear these, just post them in there. Don't forget to post eac.gov for poll workers and put in the www. So that the links will come up if y'all don't mind putting that in there. You can go to pollhero.org for young people who want to work the polls as well. Y'all, we got to get this done. All right, with that said, I had one question about the Electoral College. And the Electoral College, I'm going to give you some brief information. Then I went through about, 18 videos to find one that was going to be simple. And it looks like it's going to be a child's video, but it's okay. It's very self-explanatory for anybody who wants to know. So first of all, there's 538 electors, all right? So one elector equals one electoral college vote, okay? And each state breaks it up differently. And hear me, y'all, it traces back to the census, all right? I've been telling y'all, and y'all know the census. If y'all haven't completed those, please do so. Go to 2020census.gov. It deals with our federal funding and the congressional landscape, and they're stopping the count early. Please, 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 please do that. So the race is to 270. The race is to whoever gets to 270 electoral votes. All right, for example, in Maryland, there are 2 senators. There are 8 House of Representatives. That means they get 10 electoral votes. They get 10, all right? And each state is different. So when you hear about swing states, you know, somebody could win the election with 5 states because they have the majority of senators and House of Representatives. So, yes, thank y'all for putting those links in there. So I'm going to put a video link in the comment section when I'm done with this. So you can watch. It's about 5-minute video, but it is very self-explanatory. But I used the one, again, I looked at about 19 of those, Kim Edmondson. I looked at about 19 of those, and I found the one that connected back to the census. And it's very self-explanatory. If you have any children you're homeschooling, this will be a good one for that as well. In other news, y'all, deceased Herman Cain, sent out 2 tweets slamming Biden-Harris. Who does that? So his staff did that. Why? Why was that necessary? That wasn't necessary. Also, Oregon blocks ICE detention buses on Wednesday. That's what happened in Oregon and Bend. That's what happened. ICE detention buses on Wednesday. They were peacefully protesting. These people had lived in Oregon for all their life. The federal agents came in. They started tear gassing the people. They started taking off their clothes, which it makes no sense. And I've seen videos. The federal agents were pulling off T-shirts from people, pulling off their masks. Those who were peacefully protesting, some were just on their knees praying. They were pepper spraying them. Y'all, our voices have to be heard this election. We cannot keep going this way. We cannot keep going this way at all. Someone else asked about the vaccine for children. I'm still looking for that answer. I don't have that answer yet. I'm still looking for that answer. For the win. I hope my brother's still on here. For the win today. Y'all know every day I give a shout out to somebody for the win. For the win today is my brother, Louis Pryor III. I'm not going to tell you your age, but his birthday is today. Yep, that's a good one, Charlene. I'm gonna come back to that in a moment. My brother for the win today. The why do I say number one? Because he's my brother and I can give him a shout out. I do whatever I want to on Friday. But the other thing is, close to this time last year, he was going under the knife, as many of you know, for brain surgery. Yeah. And, they have all of these things that you won't be able to do this. You probably won't be able to do that. It'll probably take you years to get your motor skills back, your memory and all that. But, the prayers of the righteous availeth much. So, prayer warriors in our family, pastors and preachers in our family, we started praying for my brother years before this even happened. And, he started progressing very quickly. He's now, they didn't think he would have his driver's license back. He's now driving. He is now driving. He didn't have any of these challenges that they thought people were going to have. And he's on their list prior. You're welcome, bro. But his birthday is today, so he gets the win for today. And so my inspirational message is the prayers of the righteous availeth much. I believe in the power of prayer. So even when it comes to all of this mess with the election, if we would just be still and pray, if we would just not operate out of fear, if we get information such as what I shared with you, and they did confiscate the 2 letters that were wrong, if we would just stay ahead of the game and share the information and pray and do what God is calling us to do, all would be well. Yes, Lauren saying he is a walking miracle. All will be well, y'all. We have to pray. The prayers of the righteous availeth much. We have to pray. And something that Charlene posted on here, Charlene shared on here, and y'all know Friday goes a little bit longer because it's question and answer, but I went a different direction today. Charlene said her daughter has been voting since she turned 18, and they have her purged from the voting records. Y'all, please, you can find that out at iwillvote.gov. iwillvote.com. You can find that out at iwillvote.com to see about your voting record. Y'all do that today. Please do that today. Y'all, someone asked a question, and I'll answer this one. Someone asked a question, I want to read it correctly. They said, you are so passionate about what you're doing. How did you get there? I really don't know how I got here. All I know is, my voice is powerful. My voice is important. I want my voice heard. It could have a lot to do with being discriminated against at different organizations, ministries, and companies that I worked at. And I decided to take a stand. And I want all of us to take a stand. I want all of us to exercise our right to vote. When I come across news feeds of people saying they're not voting in this election because they don't like the 2 candidates, I want to go, what is wrong with you? You can't make anything happen, because if you don't vote, then you have absolutely no right to complain or to speak into anything that's going on. You have to use your voice and vote, people. You have to use your voice and vote. So, y'all, it's the weekend. I'm going to go find me some champagne to go with this orange juice. I don't know, y'all. Let me know, where do we go from here? How can we organize? Do we put groups together? Don't forget, if you're in Columbus, Ohio, there's Breathe Columbus, Rita Fuller Yates in Columbus. There's Joy and Company in Dallas, Texas. There are other places that are forming around. Thank you, Lauren Singh. There are other companies that are organizations that are forming. Y'all, I would love to do a voter education piece. If you all want that, we can do a Zoom or a webinar, or we could do it live right here. Whatever that looks like, y'all, we cannot sit back on this one. We cannot sit back on this one, y'all. We can't. If this video is helping you in any way, and you know people who can tune in, share this video on your page. I also upload it to YouTube. And talking about fear. Oh, before I go, we had a great sponsor all week. Cassandra Tauber, a great sponsor all week. She's a children's author of Black books, and she has For My Princesses, and what's coming out in September, I believe, is For My Kings. On her page, she is getting harassed by white supremacists because she's doing a book for young black boys. She is being harassed. I want us to shut them down, and I want us to help buy her book. She has sponsored this entire week for News in Motion. You can go to her website, which is CLTarver.com. And let's just support this young woman and what she's doing. If you want to sponsor a day or a week, just inbox me or email me, and I will send you the information. Yeah, y'all, my millennial team that includes my daughter is on me like crazy. And people are talking about fear. So many of you know I have 14 books, and I wrote this book, I'm Ready to Change My Name, A Spiritual Journey from Fear to Faith. I'm going to do this on Sunday morning starting August the 23rd on my YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/Gail Dudley. You can go to subscribe today if you want to. But I'm going to be walking through fear as we're leading up. CLTARV, I'm sorry, V as in Victor, ER.com. But thank you, CLTARV as in Victor, ER. Thank you for doing that. Please post that. Thank you. So if you want to check this out, you can get this on Amazon. Hopefully you will join me on Amazon for that. All right, y'all, I got to go over to IG. I hang out with y'all too long. I got to go over to IG. I wish IG and Facebook would just put these together, but I'm headed over to IG until Monday. Oh, yeah. Hopefully the News in Motion page will be up. We will be reporting from the DNC and the GOP, but next week is the GNC convention. We will be reporting, it's all virtual, so we will post different articles and informations or quotes or things that are going on or sending you the live links. So look for that. But I will be here Monday at 7:25. If God allows me to do it, I'll show up at 7:25 Monday Eastern time. Y'all have a great weekend. Y'all know the rules. Wear your mask, practice social distancing, wash your hands, and be smart. Be smart, y'all. This Rona's still hanging around. Be smart. I love y'all. Thank y'all for hanging out with me. I want y'all to know that today ends 9 weeks of my doing this. Today ends 9 weeks. So next week we'll start week 10. Who would have thought? All right, y'all. Peace out. I gotta go.